that lovely warm welcome, and thank you everybody for being here. It's just absolutely wonderful, wonderful occasion. It's the 50th anniversary of our New South Wales, so it's lovely to see so many people here. Can you hear me at the back, Jill? Margaret, can you hear me? Margaret. Okay. You have to come down to the front, Margaret. Okay. So as long as everybody can hear me. And it's quite a pleasure to be here today, as it has been coming to Gloucester on many occasions, and I have to say that, and there's lots of stories. One of the first times I came, I judged the floral art at the CWA hall we had then. Hessian cloths, you know, the old-fashioned Hessian cloths, and it was lovely, and there was this lovely design, and it was sort of like it was buildings of the city or something to that effect. It was years and years ago. And the lady who won it was Effie Crawley. Well, I'd never heard of the name Effie. And that really, I thought, oh, isn't that a wonderful name? It's so old-fashioned, isn't it, Effie Crawley? So that was my beginnings with Lucy and Carol and so many of the people from here in Gloucester. We've always had a warm welcome every time we've been here. That's been absolutely wonderful. As you do have lovely country welcomes. So today in my designs, I'll be talking a little bit about elements and principles, and also about the plant material that I'm using. So first of all, I wanted to bring some of the plant material from my garden and environs to see what we could do. What can we make out of some of the plants growing in our gardens? Do we always look at our plants and trees and what have you? Do we look and say, you know, what can we do with these? The inspiration for the basket, actually, apart from, come on girls, I asked you to help when I had a blank. Apart from the fact that it's sustainability, reusing, so you're reusing your plant materials, you're reusing your containers, that sort of thing. So that is what we're trying to do now. I have put oasis in here because I couldn't be fiddled with all those tubes. And, so, and I know that I could have plonked them in here with a mechanic. Plonking is a very good word. That is either the principle or elements, and I'm not sure which. But so the inspiration for the basket, actually, it was a framework. I've used it many times in naturalistic design when I've wanted to do it that way and use tall grasses and one thing and another. This time I took it right back and bound all the wire around with some string, and then the inspiration was the palm. Ponytail palm. And so these are the dried leaves, they're not leaves, but they come off the ponytail palm. And as you can see how lovely, and if you had a huge bunch of those, wouldn't that look stunning? Just those, and then worked on them. So that was my inspiration. Plus these little pieces, which this is the flower, and then this is the little part left over from the seed heads, and I thought that they were pretty lovely. And then the green leaves, those strappy leaves. Then I also saw these on my travels, and these are the centerpiece out of the cycad palms, and I wanted to use those. I started off putting them in like this, but it was just too heavy, and it took away from this weaving and the texture around, and so I ended up stripping them and then putting them on a horizontal so that they actually don't have that glare looking at you, so they're actually taking down. I started off wanting to put in some height here, and I was going to do more or less a parallel naturalistic design with grasses and all this stuff going on, and then I thought, this really is the hero. This is really what I wanted to accent, was this weaving and no, it's gone.
Is that bamboo, Mary, the fine tips of the bamboo?
No, there's no bamboo in here.
No, I'm just what you've woven with. The
No,
dry.
no, it's all this and the little heads, that
Oh, those, okay.
and that. That's all the weaving is.
Green is ponytail.
The texture I'm talking about. So it's a textural in this, which is just so, it really stands out. The sitting room floor doesn't look so good, but it's good. So instead of that, I thought, well, okay, we're going to come down. And these are actually beautiful. They are one of the bronze, the bromeliads, which I use a lot. And they go so beautifully. They're quite, there's nothing that jumps out of you, the colour. If I had put bright green might have worked, reds, any of those strong colours in here, I don't think it would have had the same effect. So I thought, keep to this subtle, more or less, is it a monotone or, so just blending in these plant materials in here. The another brom here, which adds to the colouring there, and how it picks up the colouring in these gorgeous proteas, which I got just locally. We have a new grower, so that's the only thing really I've spent money on, is that. I'm not sure now whether I do like them. I don't know whether I like them. I don't know. So I don't like that tip. Being a bit naughty. That's better. And then I also put in some begonia things, which has got that lovely colour at the back. They're not going to last a long time, but if you were to win this, take this home, you've got that as your cutting. I put oasis in here. If I hadn't have reused this basket, I would have taken it, put it in the garden, and probably just put succulents in it, you know, and that would have done very well. But as you can see, the begonia there just lifts that up. The proteas are really absolutely beautiful. I've used a few of them today. Just pop a few there. I'm trying to get that 358 going. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we can always try. You know what I mean? That's not right, it's not going down straight. You've moved that. That's better, popping down there. Okay, so that's a little bit better there. So I'll probably have that as a, might make this one there, but I might make a nice group of them here. So bringing in another few. I haven't taken enough leaves off, but what the heck. And just bringing that into there. But they're such good colours, aren't they? Aren't they?
Yes.
Okay. Probably also that we brought in the very shiny textures, which contrast well with this rough texture. If we brought a lot of rough textures in here, where would your eye go to? There would be no contrast, and really that is what we're looking for as well. Did I say I was going to put it in here?
Yes.
Come on, remember. My mind isn't so good, you see, so I have to ask that you can remind me what I'm saying. Never used to be like that, but just recently it has.
We're still here, Mary.
Nothing seems to work these days. But it doesn't matter, That's how it goes. That's life, isn't it, as we say.
Are they crucifix orchids in there, Mary?
Sorry?
Are they crucifix orchids?
The orchids, the orange orchids.
I popped that in.
Are they orchids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the only two, they've gone off for some reason, but they they have a little bit of a colour there, don't they? That's the only two I had, but I do have, in another little box, I have the roots. And I don't put them.
The crucifix.
I thought I'd love to put these in, but I'm not sure. You see, they could very well be fighting with the other material as well.
No, no.
You know, it's like having, oh my God, a lolly shop, isn't it? What can I put in now? Oh my God, no, let's put more in. Do you ever feel like that? They don't fit.
That's when you stop.
That's when you stop. That's right, Anne.
That's what Mark Camping told us last year. That's when you stop.
Is that what Mark said?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that I really like that green.
When in doubt, leave it out.
Don't like that. No.
If you want to win, mow it in.
See, this is not a competition.
If in doubt, leave out.
I love the idea that you can demonstrate and
Break all the rules.
you can just do whatever really you want, but I don't like those out there either. Oh, we like that. Did you like that?
Yeah. I'll put them back on there. Put them back on.
Keep them on. Glue guns, come on.
No, they put it.
And then a few just gum nuts. I love the gum nuts. And I had this bag in the garage for 2 years, would you believe it? And I thought, I'm going to strip that bloody bag out and I'm going to bring them. But I do love them. They're a bit sort of rustic now, which is short term for over their past. But the colour goes well, you know. Again, it's good contrast. That one's going to warm me. Good contrast of textures. Oh, yes, that's good. They're doing a job, which I thought they would. So, is there any questions so far? I also feel that forms are so important in your work and allowing space between the forms, which sometimes is a little bit hidden. In some of today's designs, you can see they look stunning, but where is the space around the form? And without the space around the form, you actually can't see the actual flower or the plant material itself. And that can be a little bit, you know, so I sort of think about that as well. Okay, so I'm just popping these in here, just so when you look in, you're looking into a little bit of depth there, which is always good to have in your design, depth. But I like to work with textures, as you can see. This lovely vine, which is a native,
Australian name.
I can just sort of, I felt, just do a little bit of a layer there, so the eye is going down into that design. It's a very pretty vine. It is native, but it gets through your plant material in the garden. Not that I mind, I don't mind really. If I could get rid of the weeds and get a gardener, I'd be happier. But miracles happen to me lately.
Oh, keep trying.
It
Keep
comes.
believing.
So just putting that there, I think it just adds this other layer that takes the eye in and then goes into here. But it's very, look, even just that, look at the movement in it, it's just absolutely superb. So to create that movement again, we'll just pop it somewhere. Another good term, that's a good one, that one. So that's a principle, pop it. Wouldn't it be good if we could make up our own principles and elements, wouldn't it? Oh, we'd have a fun game. Why do we read books and listen to other people? Why don't we just make all this up ourselves? Make it up as we go along.
Because you don't win any prizes.
Not sure I like that. Anyway. Okay guys, so that's the first one. So that's a ramble around the garden, that one.